I think what our initial question is, or should be, roughly speaking, is how are Muslims in Norman affected by the climate that's currently affecting not only Oklahoma, but the nation as a whole?
I think we're going to take everybody's eye who watches it into a room or into a non-place, somebody else's non-place, and just we're going to be in this room.
My name is Noman, and I have to look at the camera. So welcome to the Islamic Society of Norman, and I hope this interaction and this experience of yours is going to be very beneficial for your project. This is the second prayer hall. The main prayer hall is over there. So this is kind of if you have too many people coming for prayers, this is kind of an overflow area. What you can say. As you can see that people are waiting for the prayers. The Imam is going to stand on that pulpit. The prayer has started, so we're going to...
What is belief that, makes us Muslim or believer?
It's glad to see you.
By the way, this is our brother Kelani. Brother Kelani used to...
Okay. Okay, sorry.
He's your alumni, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah. So, Brother Kelani, the brothers have some questions. So please, let's start with this thing. You wanna have a seat or something? So.
Yeah. For 1,000 years, the Islamic civilization dominated from Western China to southern France. I mean, it was, European. The Renaissance was mostly influenced by the Islamic civilization.
Mm-hmm.
And you still find so many terms, whether in or words, whether in astronomy or languages or medicine, chemistry,
algebra,
physics, mathematics. Civilization is inherited. It's transferred. You cannot keep it to yourself. We human are the same. We like to explore. We like to interact. We like to know. We like to accumulate knowledge.
One thing, kind of a question for both of you. Obviously, like he mentioned, Islam, obviously over the last few years, and especially here in the last year, has increasingly come under the microscope nationally. And do those attitudes that are prevalent in this state affect you in any way? And if they do, to what extent do they? Like when you turn on the news and you see something like that.
Being an Oklahoman, an American, yes, I definitely feel very threatened. Very threatened. Because, like I said, they are there to just point score. Millions of people are watching the TVs. Somebody may not be in a very good of the mental state or healthy state. Somebody must be on drugs or any kind of a situation. Somebody may have had a very, very bad day. I mean, this is a reality I'm talking about, and I can share some information and I cannot because we hear a lot of things. Somebody may choose, okay, my life is already very bad. All I see is, oh, I have a gun. Let's do something about it. And we have had those threats in Norman, just to let you know.
Yeah.
So now I can tell you how much we are threatened by just these this political rhetoric which goes on.
Yeah. How do you react whenever you watch the news and you see a politician or anyone talking about Muslims in an inaccurate way, in a derogatory way, or just completely throwing out a horrible misrepresentation?
So when you ask this question, the first thing that would jump to my mind is Trump and his kind of talk about Muslims here in the US. And I think, well, I always like to think of things in terms of context. So he said it in running for office. So this is the election season. He wants votes. He thinks that what he's selling people is really gonna be is gonna be a hit. Like people are gonna buy it. He knows his audience. So all these are factors when I think about what's being said. So yes, it does affect things on the broader level. I think that some of my friends who are veiled do get comments in the streets like "Go back home, you are terrorists," this kind of thing. So yeah, it does get people more aggressive towards other groups in the society, especially Muslim groups.
Okay.
So all these are factors when I think about what's being said. And I would like to think that stereotyping as of a way of how people think about each other is something that's not just happening in the US. It happens everywhere.
Yeah.
Like if you travel to the Middle East and maybe do some of these interviews
Yeah.
and ask people how they think about the US, I don't think you're going to be very happy about it.
Wait, are these floats?
Say what?
Is there a float?
So
Oh, this is gonna be insane.
Oh, that's cool. I believe that the culture you're born in really affects the kind of religion you follow. And I think, for example, when it comes to drugs and stuff, we have marijuana growing in one of my cities just freely. And it's not the strong type, but it's like a mild type, but it just grows there and nobody does anything about it. We have our own types of drugs that people do. You still find drugs, and it's not that it's illegal or anything. Everyone is very... I've had friends who've been able to get it without a problem at all. So maybe it's against my religion, I'm not sure, but because of the culture and the way that in the city I grew up in and everything, it wasn't considered a big deal, and we just bypassed our Sharia laws and everything.
Nice. Here's the big one: gay marriage.
Gay marriage.
How?
I'm very torn about it because this hits very personal and very close to home because my uncle is gay and he's married as well to his partner. So personally, I don't have anything against it. I feel like equality is a big thing that everyone should push. But if you're asking for me from a religious standpoint, whatever the two gentlemen told you is correct. And that is just, it's always written in the Quran that your family comes first. Whatever you do, your family will stand by you no matter what. And because of that conflict, a lot of family members will overlook the fact that their family members are gay because they love them and they know that it's one of the crucial key points when it comes to Islam.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
God has also said in the Quran, if you kill one person, as if you've killed the whole mankind. And God loves that person who
I
forgives.
answer the phone, or when I call my parents on the phone and I'm on the bus, people feel extremely uncomfortable me speaking a language that they do not know. I have no idea whether they can identify my language as Arabic,
Okay.
but at least they know it's an unfamiliar language and they do give me looks,
Okay.
kind of, not happy looks, I would say.
Whether you're fellow Muslim or other people who are from different faith in the community itself. That's why Muslims lived along with Christian and Jews for hundreds of years.
I guess if you know if you're doing the right thing, and in a way I think that makes you feel connection. I don't know how to explain it, but I know that even without reading the Quran, when I'm about to do something, I listen to my moral conscience. And it's kind of like, even in Islam, they talk about there are 4 categories about how you're about to make a decision. And I forgot the first one. Oh yeah, the first one is that you go to the Quran or the Hadith. If you don't have that in your position, then you do a communion of sorts. And then if that doesn't work out, then I think one of the last resorts is that you rely on your moral conscience. And that's what I end up doing most of the time.
As a fellow American as well, I would like my fellow Oklahomans or everybody else to have time to study, to be patient, to explore, because knowledge is the key. When we don't know something, we are afraid of it, and sometimes we go into to hate that thing. You know what I mean? We are threatened by something that we don't know.
Yakun.
Kun faya, am I saying it right?
Kun, yes.
Faya kun.
Kun fayakun.
Kun faya kun.
Yes. Be and it is.
Be and it is.
Yes.